Okay, so I've got a 7 by 10 inch piece of watercolor paper, 100% cotton cold press from Fabriano. I'll be going over my brushes as I use them and my paints, what we're doing. It's kind of fun. Just a fun, simple watercolor. I'm just came back from a month away and just trying to get back in my groove myself. And it's a lot of autumn. And I did a lot of videos before I left, obviously, because you guys kept on seeing amazing content, which I hope you liked. And so this one is going to be based loosely kind of like a picture from Unsplash that I found. I will link it here. I'm just going to take my pencil and draw down like a little line here, kind of like the hill is kind of going down, and a little house here. Just a little simple little drawing. Can add a little doorway. I don't even know if it could be more like a shed than a house. You can add some like lines going down. Sometimes it's fun just to draw everything out. Don't forget, if you're painting over your pencil, pencil stays permanent. You want to erase everything before you do that. So I maybe erase some of these lines. You can add some lines. You can throw in some trees. Do whatever. I might scribble some trees here. It's always fun to scribble. So you're going to do some trees. Scribble, scribble, scribble. We're going to circular motion and make some kind of fun trees. And we can add some color to that. Tree trunk. More back here. I like to do this once in a while. It's always fun to play with, using the pencil and keeping it in there. You can add a fence, whatever. You can paint that all in. So I've got some trees kind of happening. Maybe another one. And I do want to use this acrylic fan brush again. It's a lot of fun. We can start to play with painting in the sky with this, all this stuff, and then go back in and use the fine details with a paintbrush. So here we go. Get this wet and do sky color. So it could be cobalt, it could be ultramarine blue. Here's some cobalt. So the colors mixed in over here, so it is what it is. The consistency is going to be pretty loose. Look at that. I'm just going to crisscross applesauce like this. I'll dip my brush in water, tap it on the paper towel, crisscross applesauce. Let's have some fun today. Let's throw some fun around. I just want this kind of fun, loose craziness. There we go. Like the sky is on fire and what are you doing? Add some more blue paint. Typical, different than my usual, painting sky, because we're doing something different when using this fan brush. And look at that. I love the energy of it. Dip the brush again in some water and add the lightness over here. I love it. You might hate it, but I think it's so much fun. Have some fun. Too many people are serious. The world's gone mad and we need to actually have some joy. And you're allowed to have joy. I know that some people are suffering, but it doesn't mean you have to suffer too. You're supposed to have joy, and then you are supposed to have joy all the time. That's what we're here for. So, look at that. There's a cauliflower bloom happening there, but I love it. And what does that mean? Sometimes when it's wet and damp and you go back in over the paint, it's kind of like this pushing back and forth, resisting, because the paint's starting to go in and dry, and then you put this wet paint on top and you create this kind of bloom. But in this case, we like this cauliflower bloom. It's cool. We're keeping it. All right, keeping with this crazy brush, let's grab some yellow paint. We're gonna start to make a green ground. I don't really use ultramarine blue that much for greens, but I do when I want to make like a sagey type green. Look at that. Look at this dry brushing kind of situation happen. Look at that. Take this brush. Have some fun. Get all your energy out on it. You can have fun. Look at that. Simple, fun strokes. This is not taking much time. Just drawing a line for a hill, drawing a simple little house, draw some simple little trees. Boom. Now, you have this kind of wet and damp. You can tap your little brush tip into some Prussian blue. Add a little bit of brown, some burnt umber. And look at my green. It's now transformed into a deeper green. Ooh, look at that. Now, whoa. Okay, I got a little too wild here. I might have to go back in and take some of that paint off so I can clean off my brush. I can grab, let's find another brush to play with. Maybe a flat brush. I don't know, just something bristly. Just move this paint around. There we go. Go back and use my big old flat bristle brush here again. Take off some of the water. Ooh, moving that color now. There we go. Creating more texture. Fun, fun. Here, now you can take little short strokes, make like grass. Just up like this, see? Woohoo, the grass is greener over here. Now, because it's fall, we can go and grab some fall tones. This lovely burnt umber. I'm sorry, burnt sienna. And I have this new color from Daniel Smith. This is quinachradone. I think it's quinachradone. Yeah, quinachradone sienna. It's kind of an orange sienna instead of a burnt sienna. It's really kind of cool. And I don't really use much of his stuff, but sometimes every now and then there's a color that surprises me. So I'm going to just tap in some of that lovely little quinachradone and even some burnt sienna if you don't have it. Look at that. Still using this brush, creating some fun. And now I'm using it on this, just this part. Tap, tap, tap on the side. Look at that. Get that quinachradone sienna color. See, I'm just using these bristles. Tap, tap, tap. Kind of on its side. Grab some cadmium red light. Let's get in there. Some yellow. Woohoo! Cuckoo. Oh my God, we had so much fun on my Scotland retreat. We didn't see a coo, but some people did because they went on a tour. And we just kept on saying cuckoo every time we saw a cow. And that's when I well, maybe not everybody, just maybe me, because I just thought it was funny. Here, I'm going to switch this side. Get this reddish color. Maybe grab just yellow itself. Look at that. Just a tip. Tapping back on the paper towel. Playing with these colors for autumn. With the dry brush. With this guy. Go and tap in a little bit of orange. It's too much fun. I mean, really. Have some deeper green in here. Add some deeper green here. Make some grass going up. I'm just using the edge of this guy. And these brushes are really inexpensive. Now I've got some darker green here. Look at this painting. It's coming out really fun. Now, another thing is, okay, we did all this dry brushing. You can take a regular brush. I got a 16, baby, 16 aqua elite. Get some water on it. Very dry brush here, but we want to kind of blend some of this. We'll just kind of tap around it, the house. We'll blend some of this pink color here. Little tippy taps. Why not? Blend this part. And we have a tree back here, or grab some green and tap back here, like maybe make an evergreen tree, or just move out some of these greens here. And I'll get the darker green and tap right in there. Oh, remove some of that paint. It's in the way of my cute little house. You know, hey, can all be tree fanatics. I'm going to add some orange in there. So I was going to make it an evergreen tree, but now I'm going to go back in and just make it like a good old fashioned fall tree. I have a lot of colors that have turned into green over here, and I want just orange. So I can use cadmium red light with a little yellow, bright orange. Look at that beautiful color. Just gonna tap some of that in here, and grab that red. I don't want it to look like a lollipop tree, so now it's kind of looking kind of goofy again. I can go back and grab another bristle type brush. This is like a round one. Look at that. Tap, almost like a stencil. Tap the edges. Have fun with this. Grab some deep green in here too. On the right side, even some brown with some Paynes gray. Just for depth. Adding some green in here. Or even that reddish orangey color. Kind of fun. Maybe I'll add a green tree over here. Look at that. And another little small orangey one here. All the fun you can have with bristle brushes and watercolor. Okay, so now we're gonna get serious. We're having fun before, not serious. Now we're gonna use actually watercolor brushes. Now you have to figure out what color you want your house. In the photograph it shows like red with the brown roof. We can keep it red, like more of a cranberry type red. And I grab my 8 long round from Aqua Princeton. So I can grab some burnt sienna or burnt umber. Pyro Rubin is another color, or another kind of red you have. You mix it with brown, so there's the pyro. Nice, great combo of those two colors. You get this nice reddish cranberry kind of tone. You can fill this all in at once and then go back in and add shadow and depth. So don't worry if you go over the windows, you can paint those black. Just doing a quick wash. Woohoo! Get that color in there. And we'll add the depth and the shadow in a second. The roof could be gray. While that's drying, let's make some grays with ultramarine blue deep and burnt sienna. Make a beautiful gray. For the trees, you can add a little more brown. Let's see, we'll just add these trunks. And little branches kind of peeking, poking. Little lines here, and go back over in here. I'll add some more brown with my burnt umber over here. Can make your tree trunks skinnier or bigger. Having fun with this one. Little pokes coming out for the branches. Going into the tree here. We don't want lollipop trees. We want some fun trees though. So we've got some fun trees back here. Little cuckoo crazy trees, but they're fun. And of course back in here, pokey pokey tree. And I'll have to add some more branches inside here, up and over, hanging out. Okay, then I'll just add the roof with a gray roof. Water this down, a little more blue. Simple, simple, simple. Just a little simple gray roof. I tend to make my grays more blue. I just like the color tone of that. I don't like a brown gray for certain things. It just doesn't make sense to me. And of course, the doorway. You can leave the white trim if you want, the windows, because there was some white trim on this. Right? And even with this brush, I'm gonna grab some of my greens, mix up all this fun stuff. Red, green, brown. Wisp up some grass. Goodness, everything's just not painting right today. This is what happens when you've been away for a month. My consistency is not great. So that's a lot looser. Yeah, we need to move this paint. So more like a milk or a cream. And I'll just wisp up like this movement with my brush some grasses. Now those are green. You can make them more of a burnt sienna color. Also, just having fun. Also take your brush. See here, it needs to be kind of filled in a little bit here, right by the house. Add some greens. I think it's more like a shed than a house. Dry brush some color here. Boom. Once that red dries, we'll put a shadow color in there on the right side. And pretty much we're done. We can add a fence, all that good stuff. So that color is done. Remove some of my greens. And I'll add a little shadow color, which is again the blue and the burnt sienna. Remember, I like it more blue than brown. Mix those two up. The consistency is more towards coffee milk. And I can just put this whole color right over this whole section here. So this is the one in shadow, and the other one is not. Right? Now, you can have more fun with your trees above. Like if you look at the photograph, there's a big tree here. I just took that out. There's a lot of leaves here, and there's a lot of green trees up back there, like they were like evergreen. I'm not doing that. I'm changing it up because I have every right to do whatever I want. So I'm going to go back with my little brush, add some orangey color tones, and we can make some more trees. Okay, you want to just play with me that way. Back here, a little bit bigger, bolder, higher up trees. Gonna go back and add my red. So we can make them bigger. There's another brush that I have in my repertoire that I love. It's an old ratty brush, an old bristle brush, just kind of bent that way, and I found it and I was like, oh, this is great. And I've shown this in many videos. It just makes the perfect leaves. Look at that. Oh my goodness. It's like it was meant for this. All day long. I'm going to grab some of my green, a little brown. I'm going to even put a little gray in there to give some depth. All the fun stuff we get to do with these kind of fun brushes. And because you have them on the top, and maybe some of them fell on the ground, you can add a little bit of taps on the bottom here, kind of do some little dry brushing that they fell on the ground, especially on the dark. Take some thick paint from the yellow tube, like it's all falling down on the ground. Put some bright yellow in this one. Start to put some color over here. Oh, you can have fun with this. There's the red. Tippy tap. You know, yellow right out of the tube. Dry brushing. It's life-changing. Seriously though. We can add like leaves hanging over the house now. Like this. Have fun. Grab some green color. This little ratty brush goes a long way for me. And with some yellow, kind of like green now. Some tones of that color in there. Just keep playing. Now, if it's getting too thick, I'll clean up my little ratty brush so I can go in here and blend this as well. The joy, the fun. Really doesn't take much time to do this picture. Love the energy of using that bristle brush. Gonna grab some of this. Woohoo! That bright red, cadmium red light. Isn't that great? Simple. Cute little house. All that good stuff. Could be like a cute little card. You don't have to do much of anything, just this whole thing. And that's it. And it's just a lot of fun. Making the skies have texture, this have texture, playing with the brush, you know, adding in the depth with the shadows. You can take the shadow color, put some of that over here. More blue. Mix it in. Can even get a little bit more in depth. Little line under here. All that good stuff. So I hope this was fun. That's what the name of the game is from me. There's no point in just painting for seriousness. Have fun with this. You can create so many cool textures. It'd be a great card. Great card. Just whipping out anything with a, you know, they come in all different sizes, these brushes, so play with it. I hope it was fun for you. It was fun for me. And I'm trying to get back in the groove, so if you haven't been painting for a while, then you're trying to get back in the groove, this is perfect for you. Although I have been painting for a while, I was like not painting for a good 6 days, taking some time for myself, and there you go. So, hope you enjoyed it. Let me know. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.